Well, our water celebration traditionally marks the beginning of our new program year, and we're excited every year, but this one feels particularly auspicious, I think. First Unitarian Society has always been at the forefront of the humanist movement. We are innovative in Unitarian Universalist Humanism, American Humanist Association, and now with the ethical culture movement. We bring those progressive religious ideas and philosophies together here. We are leaders because we are not afraid of innovative ideas. We aren't afraid of change. We are not fearful of taking the next step, even if we don't really quite know what that is. Central to our mission here at First Unitarian Society is an attitude of radical welcome. A philosophy of radical welcome rooted in humanism necessarily dives deep into the very essence of what it means to be human in the fullness of human potential, and to be human in community. Crafting and pursuing a philosophy of radical humanist welcome involves weaving elements of knowledge, tradition, experience, and reason. Oh, but humanists don't have any scriptures to follow, right? Au contraire! All human scripture and all human knowledge gets our deepest respect exactly because we think it's all human knowledge and human creativity for our edification. We are all about human beings reaching out and experiencing our world. It's only that, we sometimes experience things a little differently. As an example, consider this recent New York Times op-ed by an astrophysicist and a theoretical physicist with the title, "The Story of Our Universe May Be Starting to Unravel." Yes, those big telescopes out there are telling us things we didn't know before, and we appear to be wrong about several things. Now, honestly, look at that and reflect on what it says to your gut reaction to that. Because, you know what? I respond to that, wow, cool. Now, perhaps you respond a little more contemporarily in your slang, but I suspect a lot of you have that same response. Now, reflect that when the scientist Copernicus said pretty much the same thing to the Pope in Rome, that's not how the Pope responded, was it? Wow, cool! No, that's the difference. Therein lies the difference between dogma and free thinking, between orthodoxy and free thought, as we practice it here. As so many of the world's scriptures advise, and as evolution appears to have bred us for, we human beings are at our best when we are welcoming the stranger. But the radical in radical welcoming goes even further than welcome. Because we free-thinking people also, we read scriptures. We also read psychology and stuff like that for our edification. And therefore, we know that there's so much more to being human than what we have traditionally brought into spaces such as this one. Radical welcome is about radical inclusion. No human impulse or thought is foreign here. We are all fellow human beings together. That's the deepest lesson of humanism. We are all human beings here together. Now, am I saying we're perfect around here? Heck no. Our very commitment to living life to its fullest means that we are never done experiencing, explaining, and exploring what it means to be human. Yet collectively, we make an attempt to be our best. We're about empowerment here. We're about meaning. We're about purpose. Nothing human is foreign to humanists. We are the LGBTQ plus community. We're the differently abled community. We're the neurodiverse community. We're the marginalized for whatever reason. Nothing human is foreign because we aren't afraid of being human ourselves. We will not ignore being human. As humanists, our sacraments, they can seem a little thin, for direction, this sort of thing, but just watch what we are doing. What we're doing is doing sacrament and ritual without the woo-woo, right? Because we're about you, and you. We know that human beings create the magic, and that's what we are about here. Today, for example, we did our water celebration, celebrating those 4 directions. After a while, we're going to go downstairs, and those in the building are going to have a great meal. No, it's not as fancy as a Christian Eucharist, but it's an open table where everyone is invited. Everyone, everybody, all the time. Sacraments and rituals are ways to create commonality and community. That's why we still do them here. Visitors, strangers, prisoners, immigrants, refugees, whoever you are, wherever you're from, we welcome you here. You don't see national symbols. There's no flags around here. It's humanity that matters, not where you're from, not your nation state, not even what you believe in terms of religion. Radical welcome is not a passive sort of acceptance. Come on, if you want to come on, come on. That's not radically inclusive, right? We want this to be a transformative process for everybody, visitor and us alike. We are stronger in community. That's what humanism knows. Stronger in what we know and what we can do to benefit the sentient beings and our planet itself. Because a philosophy of radical welcome is not about beliefs or failures of any particular institution, even like this one. A philosophy of radical welcome is about gathering the folk together, the people together, and then we'll see what happens in that den of conversation I often talk about. We find centering, we find rest together, we find companionship, we learn, and we see new possibilities. So, here are some of my invitations to you for this year. I came up with 5 of them, because, you do listicles these days. Come in, slow down. This is a different world if you let it be. Dive into diversity. Bring all of you all the time. Don't leave that shadowy bit at home. Be authentically you through and through. Practice compassion, commitment, and courage together. It's real easy to be brave at home. We invite everyone to join our community of care here. Come, sing. I don't sing too good, but I hum a lot, all right? But, I know some people enjoy it. So come on, sing out, even if you're bad like me. Participate. Help teach here. Join in our volunteer operations. We have all kinds of stuff for you to do. Come in. You are indeed welcome. Now, what's not welcome here? Dogma. Dogma is not welcome here. Especially snarling dogma. Snarling dogma is not welcome here. Rather, we pet our dogmas. We take our dogmas for walks. Yes, we even do gratuitously cute puppy and kitty pictures. A philosophy of radical welcome is inherently a philosophy of love. Love, compassion, radical acceptance of our common humanness. So, I want to think through those invitations for you. We're going to aim to create a space not only of welcoming, but deep welcoming in spirit, word, and deed. Be welcomed here. Be willing to be welcomed here. Be welcoming here. Be willing to welcome others here. Join us in our common human project, because what we do together is free each other. Why do we do what we do here? So that all human beings may be free. Free to live a life that is full and flourishing, a life of love, of art, and of purpose. This year, come, let us be human together.